Have you lost money because of racism? Have you lost your job because of racism? I've been watching videos. You all been sending me videos, and I appreciate it, about folks who've been losing their jobs by even just mentioning the protests. I mean, they may not even have started the conversation. I posted a video recently from a young lady. I think she was in Mississippi. I'm not sure. And she was at some massage therapist, massage therapy or physical therapy. You all know what I'm talking about, right? If you've seen it. And she was saying that she had just lost her job. And so I started wondering to myself, how many people have lost their jobs because of racism? How many people have lost their jobs because they even mentioned the protest? Now, I got to be honest with you. I'm not a fan of talking about what's going on with the protests or even politics at the workplace, but damn, this thing has blown up to be a worldwide phenomenon. I mean, how are we not talking about this, even if it's a casual conversation with our coworkers? If you got any televisions on at the job, which you probably shouldn't, but it's a topic. And then let me go even deeper with this. How many of you all would knowingly do business with a Trump supporter? Now, I'm not saying you should or shouldn't. I'm just asking you, how do you feel about that? I mean, I'd literally have to ask myself that question, whether or not, if I knew someone I was doing business with was given the money not necessarily just my money, but given the money that I was paying them and donating to Trump. For example, you all know that there are sports franchises and certain restaurant franchises that donate to Trump. They're supporters of Trump, right? And so my question is, can you support those organizations and those restaurants that you know the CEOs support Trump? Again, I'm not saying you should or shouldn't. This is just a question. Look, we're in a situation now where it seems like the only thing that people understand is money. If it started affecting their damn pockets, then they start responding. And I wonder, because you know the NFL jumped out there because they knew if they didn't get on top of this, they were going to have some issues with those players, especially the NFL, because that's how this whole mess started with Colin Kaepernick, right? And now you got some of the NBA players saying they may boycott the season. So I need you all to call me right now and tell me whether or not you have issues on your job, whether or not you've been fired from your job, you've been threatened. Would you hire somebody? I'm sorry to say this, family, but, we got to have this conversation. Would you hire somebody that you know was totally not down with this protest, was not down with even believing in racism or systemic racism in the police departments? How do you cope and how do you deal financially with sports teams, with restaurants, the whole nine, when you know their CEOs are down with Trump or not down with the protest? We're about to get into it right now. So, Celia, how you doing? Thanks for calling to the show. What's happening?
Hi, I'm a white woman, and I'm with a black man and have mixed children, and I have a lot of different opinions and feedback to give on the subject.
Well, talk to me. I mean, what's going on? How you doing today?
I'm great. I guess for one, in my life, I've chosen to let people be themselves, but with this matter, it was like a pick a side and stay there type of a situation, and I had to just really stand up to people. Whether it's family, coworkers, whoever, and voice my opinion and not worry about how it may affect me negatively. I had to let people know that I stand on the side of what is right.
Right.
And I can't pretend like what's happening is okay.
Got you. So, Celia, let me ask you a question. I don't know what kind of work environment you're in, but when you go to work, and this is to all you all who are tuned in and watching right now, when you all go into a workplace where the boss is not down with the protest, the boss is racist. I mean, how do you all function knowing that the people that you work with are racist? I just got to be straight up.
Well, in the past, again, I've chosen to play chess, not checkers. I try to just play my role so that it didn't affect me. Mm-hmm. And now is the time where, because before I was with my current man, I was a single mother of 6 biracial children, and I just needed to not ever piss anyone off.
That's right.
That could have maybe affected my life negatively. And right now, I think there's a lot of people who have the right view, but they may not want to piss off, people in the corporate world. They don't want to risk out on missing a promotion.
That's true. I get it. You got 6 kids, girl. You better hold it down and keep your mouth shut no matter what. You can't be messing up that money.
I'm not keeping my mouth shut anymore. I'm not.
Really?
I have to let it know.
Wait, Celia. First of all, where you calling me from?
I'm in Jacksonville.
All right, shout out to the family in Jacksonville. I got my girl Celia on. Celia's dating a black man, and I asked Celia whether or not she would, be down with voicing her opinion at her job. And I said, Celia, you might want to tone it down if you're worried about keeping your job. And Celia's like, no. You're trying to tell me even if you got that many mouths to feed, you're going to voice your opinion at work.
I have to. Everyone has to.
Celia.
Otherwise, this will continue to happen.
You know, it's easy for me to say that because of the position that I'm in. My job is to get my opinion. And I don't know if it's necessarily appropriate for people to be talking politics at work. This is just me. You all can call in and tell me your thoughts on this. But I know the conversation comes up at work. And I just want to know, what is it like to go into a workplace with people that you maybe thought were cool, and now you're walking into it and realize, damn, they are racist. And you're saying you're going to speak up no matter what, even if it costs you your job.
This isn't a political issue. This is a life. This is a human issue. This is not politics. This is way deeper than politics. If it was politics, I'll be quiet. But this is a matter of, this is life. Lives are being lost unjustly, and it just can't continue. Everyone has to speak up until the people who have those views feel like they need to crawl in a corner.
Well, let me ask you this. What about sports franchises? Like, we know certain, I'm not going to mention the owners because I don't have confirmation in front of me. If you knew a certain sports franchise, the owner was supporting Trump, for example, how would you feel about that?
I would know that the heads of many corporations are Trump supporters. It trickled, but the people that, the average working man, like a lot of the players would not be supporters, but the people who hold the positions of power. So
my question is, do you buy the jerseys? Come on, Celia. Do you buy the jerseys? Do you go to the restaurants? Do you buy the pillow? You all know what I'm talking about. I mean, do you boycott those products because they are supported by Trump supporters who are CEOs of the companies?
I think that I would need to further do my research. If it was positively putting money in the pockets of those who are racist, I would definitely have to consider where I'm spending my money.
And you know what, Celia? I was thinking this to myself because I have some business associates, and some of you all do too, that I really don't have to do business with, right? I have an option to do business with other people, and now that I know they're Trump supporters, I'm feeling some kind of way. I'm going to be honest with y'all, man. I'm feeling some kind of way right now because I'm like, come on. And I'll tell you why, Celia, because I think that their support of him says to me, you don't respect me as a black man. You don't respect black lives. You don't have an issue with racism. I got a problem with that right now, Celia. I just do. Hey, Raj, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good, Mike.
Talk to me,
Listening
Raj.
into to what you were talking about, I tell you, I'm very interested in the topics that you're discussing. One of the things that you brought up about being in the military, that's something I'm currently in right now and have been for almost 30 years. But one of the things I definitely wanted to say is, even though we may think that, it's probably not as racist in the military, there is racism. We have our problems just like everyone else has their problems, because we get everyone that comes in, they're coming in from society. So that's why our military reflects exactly what's out there right now.
Right.
You don't see it. It may not be as much because we are so much more dependent on one another. I mean, not only in garrison, which is like back here in the United States, but when we go, we go to the field, we go to.
What you trying to say, man? You trying to say I can do a whole show on racism in the military? I did watch the general yesterday on CNN, a black general talking about. I mean, he was a 3-star general talking about how he had to deal with racism.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, I bet you if you talk to all of them, they would probably all echo the exact same comments.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, but I wanted to get back to your topic. We're talking about, if you had a job that you did not have to be, if I don't have to work with you, my response to that is absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, I say that and I kind of say that almost cringing because I have been in the military for almost 30 years.
Right.
So my entire adulthood has been, I've been in the military. I do have a professional photography business. But if I don't have to take your money, if I know that you have those views, no. It's almost like being friends. I can't be friends with you.
I know. This is the thing, man. This is where we're at. I'm so glad we're having this conversation, because if you have the option, and that's what I'm saying to you guys, if you have the option not to work with someone who was against the protest or was like, oh, you're just rioting, and total understanding, total not trying to understand, and not just being a Trump supporter. And I'm sure you agree with this, brother. It's not just being a Trump supporter. It's defending everything he does.
Defending
right?
everything.
Go ahead. Your thoughts.
Absolutely. No, that's a huge topic. Why would you continue to defend? We didn't continue to defend President Obama when he was in there. I mean, there was good things and there was bad things.
That's right.
But for them to just again willful ignorance, where you just continue to just make an excuse for everything that happens, and that's definitely not right. But it's times like these when you start to see who your real friends are and who really have your back. There's a lot of people that I'm side-eyeing right now because it's like, hey.
Who you giving the side? Who you giving the side eye to, man? Who is it?
I tell you, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people. I'll be completely honest, Michael. I have more than one Facebook profile. I'm an old white man in another profile. So I see some of these comments, and it's kind of like.
Hold on, man. I'm gonna have to get me a Michael Baisden White profile. I can start finding out how people really think. That's a really great idea when you think about it, because a person's true character is their true character no matter what, right?
Absolutely. That's
oh, man, I'm sitting here crying. Now I got to get a Michael. Hey, if a white dude named Michael White reach out to you, that's me. Hey, man, I got to keep it pushing. Thanks for calling in right now. Thanks for the idea. That's $1 million idea right Thank you all for hanging out with me. Please, family, I know you all have to make decisions financially based on what your family needs. But if you have the choice, the option not to deal with someone who is not only, I'm not going to call everybody racist, but people who are not even trying to understand, who are totally unsympathetic. If you have the option not to do business with them, do you? I'm not even going to answer the question for you. Something you guys have to decide. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I got to get back to the radio show. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you guys back on Facebook tomorrow.